Boom, and we're live. What's up, man? How's it going?
Good, and you?
Good. Shit. This is something I wanted to do with a buddy of mine for a long ass time. Just to fucking have somebody here. Man, I should have brought some beer, but I didn't. I fucked that one up. But, man, how you doing? How's it going?
Kind of nervous for,
Nervous? Why are you nervous? Is the cameras in front of you?
Nah,
you got a microphone in front of you?
First time I'm actually doing something like this.
No?
Before I was never like this.
Yeah, no shit?
Yeah, no shit.
Like what, were you like shyer as a kid or?
Nah, like I just wasn't talkative. Like a lot of people don't, like, a lot of people back then don't really know that, I'm more talkative now.
Okay,
than I
so,
was a couple of years
so basically you're slowly like become more talkative when you're older. No, I get that. I used to be the same way. Before I would barely speak a lick of English or anything. I'd just be like, not say anything just because I was a shy kid. And it wasn't until magical leaf of marijuana. Literally, I kid you not. And some people were going to be like, what? That's bad. I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, to me, no, it helped me speak. It helped me, like, get comfortable. I was more talkative with people. It helped me to relax. So it was a magical thing that thing can do.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I do it all the time, so I ain't against it.
Man, so you're one of those guys, honestly, I have a high respect for because obviously we're both bartenders at Julio's restaurant. But when I got there, I didn't know a lick about what the hell or what the fuck I was doing. And you're one of the few people that actually dug deep and dug your hand and was like, hey, let me show you the ropes and show you how to do it. And I really appreciate that, and obviously your friendship and teaching me not just how to bartend, but also just how to be a better person in general. So, man, like, what's your story? Like, how did we end up here?
Dude, it's quite a bit of story, man. Like, a lot of people wouldn't believe my story. A lot of people would be like, no way, why are you there? I mean, my mom fucking hates it, dude. My mom hates the fucking job.
Oh, man.
Yeah, my mom fucking talks shit about it. She's like, why are you fucking working for peanuts when you could be, like, finished with your fucking school?
Oh, God.
I mean, so, like, my mom gives me grief. I mean, moms,
Yeah, moms, that's what they do.
But, I've progressed, since I'm definitely, if it wasn't for Julio's, I'm pretty sure my personality wouldn't be like this way.
Yeah.
But going back to my roots, so how can I say this? So once I was in high school, I got into college, into college. Did my sports medicine gig.
Yeah, you're in sports medicine?
And then I left school for a bit. I needed to take a break. Something I just needed to do. And then, I was working at a car wash, believe it or not. And then I left the car wash and I was like, fuck it. I'm tired of it. And then I went to school again, took a couple classes here and there just to refresh my mind. And then, I went to some other job and then I ended up at Julio's. And then, shit got worse. I just had to work on my truck here and there, But that's no problem now. We fixed that. So, August I'll be starting school again and, getting back to my medical roots and shit.
Yeah.
So, basically, my background is sports medicine. So, I've studied sports medicine for 3 years. More than 3 years, obviously. Going on about 6 years already. I can rehab someone, pretty much take them out of the ropes, even strength and rehabbing them. And I bartend right now. I like it. I like working there, It's
Oh,
a
shit.
good job.
Who doesn't love being a bartender? You get to know how to make shit with alcohol. It's the best fucking thing in the world.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting, man. So how did you get into sports medicine? And obviously, tell those people who are watching who are like, what the fuck is sports medicine? Like,
So, how I got into it, I played football since I was like, shit, I don't know.
Yeah.
But, luckily, like, we had to do it. So it's crazy. So we had a senior topic in Anthony, so where I went to high school at. And then, so basically they're like, hey, you got to pick a career on what you want to do later on in life. And then it was like 3 hours before the deadline's due, or 2 hours, I think, because I had to turn it in before school was over. And then I was in class, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck to do. And then they're like, yeah, just do athletic training. She's like, I think you'll like it. And I was like, what is it? And then she's like, well, it's like sports medicine. She's like, it's sports. And then she's like, we'll get you involved. So So I was like, cool. So I turned in the topic, boom. I was on to the 12th grade doing athletic training. So then the next day I'm in class, and then they pulled me out of class, and they're like, hey, we signed an athletic trainer. He's going to start, and then we want you to meet him. So I was the first person to meet him at the school, at Anthony. So we started the athletic training program and everything. So carried on. My whole year I spent, studying with him as much as I could and learning the ropes here and there. And then, like when I was in high school, like towards my end of the year, I kind of got injured. Like I tore my hamstring and then I got a concussion. So it was kind of like started learning the ropes more in there, and then that's when I truly found out. Studying it. Working for basketball teams, baseball teams, track teams, just being around the ropes. That's when you really start learning. And then and then he was like, you know what, we'll refer you to UTEP. And I got into UTEP. And then, I spent 3.5 years there. Loved it. First year with on the football team, second year track team, third year cheerleading team. Well, second year, too, I was with cheerleading half the year. And then I would do track as well. And then, now I'm at Hulu's, hoping to finish up and, continue it.
So what most of the stuff that you do, like in sports medicine, like do you nurse injuries? Do you know what caused injuries? Do you work with rehabilitating athletes? What exactly is it that you do in sports medicine?
So basically, anything you can do from as far as the in clinic and out clinical is so when you're outside of practice and you see someone get hurt, then automatically you can either tell athletic trainers have because we have to study biomechanics and you have to go to exercise physiology classes to get those mechanics, so that way when people are in sports or they're doing their, what can I say, routine drills.
Okay.
So once you start doing routine drills, you kind of see what's good and what's not. And then for basically, you can easily really tell what it is. Like ACL tears, you're going to plant, and then your knee goes opposite way, and that's an ACL tear.
ACLs are a bad one, man. It's ruined so many careers out of athletes.
So
I mean, look at RG3, dude.
Yeah.
Man, he was doing so good, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom, your knee's done. Many other athletes too, their knees have never been the same. What is it about the ACL that just is so crucial, and what makes it so when you tear it?
So basically, the ACL stabilizes the knee from going forward. So even if I have my knees so if I have my hands right here, right?
Yeah.
You got your MCL, and then you got your LCL, which is lateral meniscus. Then you got your ACL, and you got your PCL. So those are we get into special tests. So in athletic training, you could actually test, if I push, anterior jaw tears. That's what we call it, anterior jaw.
Uh-huh.
So you basically get the ACL and put it this way. You can basically tell if it's torn or not.
Okay.
If it's torn, it's gonna go all the way up. If it's not, it's gonna stay there. You're gonna feel like a little lock. You're supposed to feel like a lock.
Yeah.
So that's how you tell it, and then it's just a main stabilizer. So once you have that stabilizer, and you destroy it, it's gone.
It's gone, and there's no way to truly restabilize your knee.
Usually you have to do grafts and stuff like that, but that's where you get into surgeries and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
That's insane. Well, I haven't heard much of ACL tears even back during Ed Reed days or in the early 2000s. Why are ACL injuries more common? Obviously, I'm sure people tore their knees up back in the 80s and the 90s, even before then. But why are they more common now than they were, say, back then? I mean, I could be wrong about that, but...
Because you got to think about surfaces that they played on back then. Back then, you used to play on grass. And on grass, you get a lot of groins injuries.
Okay.
Because you're slipping. And then you get, more shoulder injuries because you're falling on contact and stuff like that. So different playing surfaces can have an effect on where you're playing. Obviously, turf. First, it's football. And then the second would be, in NCAA, it'd be what falls under football. With the most common ACL tears is women's soccer. Women's soccer has ACL
Yo, I bet. Yeah.
So that's what it's common. It's just the way they on the turf, because you can stick your turf in the foot in the turf, and then your foot can stay there, and you can just plant it, just completely tear like that.
That's insane.
That's how a lot of people tear it easily.
Yeah, that's how my cousin Nico teared it. He was one of those guys that was just special. It was just a special talent. And he hurt his knee, I believe, the middle of his junior year. He didn't fully tear it yet, but I think there was something wrong with his MCL. And then just during spring ball, he just destroyed it completely. Never got to play in his senior year, his final year. And man, he was a special player, and that's just one of those injuries where it's just You know, it's like what could have been if that didn't happen. I mean, I'm sure obviously you've seen Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
Booby mouth. I can't do no never play football. I can't do no never play football. Oh, I love that movie, man. But that just goes to show, man. Injuries can be career changing and just ruin an athlete's career, man. It's just, it's so tragic, but it's just so interesting how one little thing in your body could just destroy something so like, you know, something so special. Like imagine if Michael Jordan tore his knee, how different it'd be. You know, you think about that, but it just goes to show what special human beings are. It's insane. So how many years? So you meant obviously before you got into sports medicine, you played football.
Mm-hmm.
Like how passionate are you about football? Because I know how passionate are you, but explain how passionate are you about football?
I love that game. I mean, it's something I've loved. Like, I'm very passionate about it. I love everything about football. High school and like college, NFL, especially NFL. That's what I loved. I don't know.
There's no better feeling than when that Sunday comes.
Yeah, it's just no better feeling than Sunday football.
It's the best, man. Tell them who your team is.
Steelers.
Nah, fucking Steelers. God damn it. Puro pinche cowboy! No, man, but hey, man, my uncle's a huge Steeler fan, so I gotta give them some credit. I mean, they're the first team to get 6 Super Bowls, man. And that Super Bowl that I watched, Super Bowl 43, I believe it was, that was a great Super Bowl, man. I remember that game so clearly with Roethlisberger, Santonio Holmes, Heinz Ward was there, and against the Cardinals when they had Kurt Warner, Larry Fitzgerald in his prime, like it was a hell of a game. And then obviously that catch by Santonio Holmes, the dragging the 2 feet, that was incredible. I'm like
3 people covering him.
That was insane, man, because it was like a back and forth game. I remember the defense of the Pittsburgh running back for a touchdown and an interception, and then Larry Fitzgerald running for the fence.
You see, like when I grew up as a Steelers fan, like they were just 4 Super Bowls. Like that's what I just remember.
Yeah.
I can remember, and then the era that I remember was Big Ben. Like I remember we're at King's X, you know, like when we're little.
Yeah.
And then it was his first game, and I was still like, I can't remember. It was like I can't remember my age, but. And then looking at the game, and Big Ben's just fucking tearing it up, and that was his rookie year. It was his first game, and I just remember that, and ever since then, you know, I love that fucking game. I love that game.
It's so crazy, man, how you can, especially when you fall in love with players. I love. I'm looking up Ben Roethlisberger's first game. Let's see, not Ben Roethlisberger. There we go.
That was like 2004.
2004, yeah. He's 38 years old. He's 38. That's insane.
That's probably like, 17 years ago?
Yeah, it was 17 years. Yeah, almost 17 years ago.
I'll be like 7.
Yeah, damn. Like 7. That's insane.
Wait, 24? I'm 24.
You're 24 right now, right? And this was 16 years ago.
I'll be like 6.
You were like 8 years old.
Yeah, like 8
you were 8 years old. That's insane. Man, because the first time I ever watched the Steelers was actually in the playoffs when they played against Denver in the AFC Championship game when Denver had like, I think it was or Jake Plummer or something like that. Yeah, Jake Plummer, I think it was. He was a bad quarterback, man. He was really good. Really good. Denver that year was so close, but then obviously Big Ben and them Steelers. And then that year they also beat the Seahawks. They beat the Seahawks that year too. I remember that game where were we? I think it was on my old man's, like, old friends from out in La Mesa somewhere over there. I haven't been to that place in so long. I mean, if y'all want to go see it, I mean, go ahead. I mean, there's nothing much out there, but Steelers. Well, obviously, you know, I'm a Cowboy fan, so I've been suffering since '96. It's such bullshit, man.
Dak didn't sign his franchise tag.
I know, it's such ridiculous. Like, honestly, I don't understand. My problem with Dak is that, I mean, he's a decent, good quarterback. I mean, I'm a Dallas fan, but I call it as it is. I can't see them paying him because he hasn't really done anything significant yet. Like, he hasn't gotten them over the hump. His one playoff win came 2 years ago against Seattle, but that was a wild card game. But then in the game against the Rams, when the Rams had their one Super Bowl year with Jared Goff, he didn't play good. I mean, he played fine, but the defense wasn't there, and thus he wasn't there, and it was just it's just ridiculous. Yeah, I've been suffering since '97, since the day I was born. Man, and Dallas has had I mean, look at our quarterbacks. Quincy Carter, Drew Bledsoe on his last legs. And we did have Tony Romo, man. We did have Tony Romo.
He was a good quarterback.
He was a great quarterback. Not a lot of people give him credit because he obviously didn't have a line a long time to protect him, and plus his defense was shit.
Defense hurt, bro.
Dude, honestly, man, for some people who don't say defense doesn't win championships, it's such horse shit.
And he just fucked up at the wrong moments.
I know, because he's trying. The dude was trying to win. He was just a winner. That's what he wanted to win. Yeah. But man, I believe Dallas's final last thing where they had a decent run was obviously the year of the catch. You know, remember that against Green Bay? Oh, that game pisses me off, man. But that was like their 1 year where they had...
That was a catch. That was a catch.
Yeah, I mean, it's close. It's hard. I mean, it's so hard to tell. But I mean, that was their year, man, when we had DeMarco Murray. Dez Bryant was in his prime. Like, oh, man, that was... like that year, man. That was a crazy year because that was also the final year of the Legion of Boom in Seattle. Man.
It was just a good one.
Football's a crazy game, man. Well, man, look at this year. The league is shaking up. No more Brady in New England. Cam Newton's going to New England. Man, it's so much. Freaking Patrick Mahomes just signed a multi-million-dollar deal. Half a billion dollars is what he signed. That's insane.
He's gonna be like Mayweather and Michael Jordan with like fucking billions of dollars.
Oh, billions of dollars, man. I mean, and granted, people are like, oh, it's over 10 years, but even still, he's making like at least like 30 maybe 40 million plus a year. That's insane. And probably even more.
And incentives and shit.
And plus his sponsorships.
Yeah,
and all
that's
that.
not even a sponsor.
That's not even a sponsor. Like, it's insane, man. Athletes make incredible money.
Nah,
man.
he's gonna be fucking.
He's set for life.
Yeah, he's set for life.
Do you think he's gonna win another Super Bowl?
Yeah.
You think so?
I think so.
I think so too. At least he'll get one or two. I don't know if he can get like Brady numbers, but I mean,
I don't think we'll see a Brady quarterback for a very long time.
A very long time. A very long time. That's a good point. Well, the thing with Tom Brady, I think also is like, because I think it's a little bit of both. I think Belichick, I think, had the system, but I think he just needed the key components, which were players. He needed a good quarterback. And yeah, he had Drew Bledsoe, but Drew Bledsoe was like kind of getting over the hump a little
Brady
bit.
was perfect.
But Brady was just a perfect fit, and crazy. He was like, what round was he in? Like a 12th
round?
6th round? Which I said 12, my dumbass.
Pick like 199th. It was like
that's insane.
Almost to like 200.
Like, would you imagine? Like, obviously now we're finally able to see Tom Brady on another team, but would you imagine Tom Brady with like anybody else? I even still, it's fucking weird. Tom Brady in a Buccaneers uniform. But
I didn't think he'd go there. I thought he'd go somewhere else.
Yeah, I thought, honestly, and this is crazy, I thought he was going to go to the Colts.
Nah, I thought he was going to go to San Diego.
San Diego with the Chargers?
No, the L.A. Rams.
The L.A. Rams.
Or Chargers or whatever.
I think, yeah. Oh, yeah, the Chargers, yeah. Not San Diego. Yeah, they're L.A. now.
I always fucking forget.
Yeah, no, the teams are changing, man. But yeah, I thought so too. I thought maybe the Colts or the Chargers. I thought the Colts because the Colts had cap space. You got rid of Andrew Luck. Or Andrew Luck retired.
What I keep calling it is Oakland. It's not Oakland.
It's not Oakland. It's Vegas. The Las Vegas Raiders.
That one's gonna get hard too.
Las Vegas Raiders.
That one's fucking hard.
But hey, man, they're a hardcore team with hardcore fans, man.
Hey,
if any place you're gonna go, Sin City Raiders.
I have a friend that rocks Raider gear every fucking day, dog. Every day, we're rocking Raider gear.
Los Raiders. Oh, man.
He was there before they fucking traded Khalil Mack and everything.
Man, that was one of the worst things they could have done. I don't know why they traded Khalil Mack. That was just a mistake. He's such a good player. But anyway, But yeah, I thought Brady for sure was gonna at least maybe, if anything, not go to the Colts, go to the Chargers, because I know he's emphasized, or I heard things he emphasized that he wanted to go play back home in California.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was going for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But surprisingly, no, he went to Tampa Bay. I mean,
it makes sense.
Nice. I mean, it does. His offense is loaded. They got a good Godwin and all
Mike
them.
Evans.
Yeah, they got a good team, man, and it's interesting. It's a very interesting year. Yes. But it's an exciting time, man. Great time. And obviously, my cousin's a huge Denver fan. Man, I'm
excited for that quarterback.
He's very good. He's talented.
I'm very high on him. And that's because I like Drew Lock. He's a good quarterback.
Have you seen the Denver quarterback in his videos, like the ones of him dancing?
No.
Want to watch some clips?
Yeah.
Let me find it. Let's see. Oh, I forget his name. Oh, my cousin's gonna kill me, but it's hilarious. He showed me this like out of nowhere. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's him rapping. Him rapping. There it is. Look at him at Missouri. This is him at Missouri.
They say they like his swagger there.
Yeah, but I mean, it's good, man. He's got that. Let's see. Here's another one. I'm rapping to Jeezy. In the middle of a third quarter. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Oh, that's funny. Shit, man, but no, man, it's just there's no better time, honestly. I think there is to be a football player than right now.
Fuck yeah,
yeah, dude. Especially the amount of money that's invested in it, and gosh, the opportunity, and just the like. There's so many people are watching the sport now. It's insane. It's so crazy. And like look at Aaron Jones, man.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones, the guy out of Burgess freaking High School, played at UTEP, was the third string starter for Green Bay, and then now look at him.
Dude, and that's like, when I see NFL, like when I watch his games, obviously I keep up with them. That he did that shit all in practice. Fucking just.
Oh yeah, because you got to see him.
Yeah, I got to see them live all the time. Wow. Like, just there was one time when we were in camp in Ruidoso.
Yeah. Ruidoso, New Mexico, right?
Did a little 2-pitch screen, halfback screen. He took it about 98 yards, I think. Just little. I saw him do that time over and over again. Just easily just wiggle out. So that's why when I see him in the NFL and I see him do it, I was like, I've seen him do that shit all the time. And he fucking broke you to the rushing yard, and he still could have stayed and broke you in that. So I was not, like, when everyone is like, oh, Aaron Jones this, I already, yeah.
Like you knew already.
Yeah, I already knew.
Because you saw it, you were there.
I saw it live so live. And
you got to see it like every day,
every
just him
single
work.
day, see him work, see him put it in. But when I saw him, when I first met him, he was like 185, I think.
No shit.
Like he was.
And he's not that tall of a guy. He's only like
that
I think he's like 5'11". Like he's obviously a half inch taller than I am, but still for a running back.
Yeah, he was like a 185, and then when he left, I think he was pushing like 215, 225.
Damn, that's like that's 30 pounds of muscle right there.
He gained a lot of muscle.
That's insane, man. Well, that just goes to show of UTEP's athletic program, or if anything, if you didn't get it from there, you got it from somewhere.
Well, the athletic director or the head strength and conditioning.
Yeah.
Coach Davis, before he left, he was a good work.
I bet, man. I mean, if you can take someone who's 185 to like 215, 225, let's just say give or take there. I mean, that's impressive on its own, man. I mean, look at him now. Look at his results.
Yeah, so people are like, this guy broke out. I was like, man, I saw that every fucking day.
Obviously, I didn't get to see Aaron Jones play in high school, man, but the one player I saw that was just incredible was Jack Fields.
Jack Fields?
Jack Fields, yeah. He played he played in the 2011 season, was his senior year against my cousin, Paul Macias. Man, my cousin told him it was like tackling him was like tackling a brick wall, but obviously, God rest his soul, he passed away a few years ago in Alabama. I don't know exactly what happened, but he was a special talent. He went to Boise State. Granted, he didn't start for Boise State, but man, watching that dude run was like incredible. He was just a gifted football player. Even his little brother too, little Josh Fields. I played against him. The kid was good, man. He wasn't as big as his brother, but this kid can still run.
Did he tear his ACL?
I'm not sure. My year, I don't believe so.
Because there's a Franklin quarterback that went to some 2-division school in Colorado. I forgot his name.
I don't know. Honestly, I haven't kept up with any of my teammates in a long time. Even some that are coming out now. Nah. I know one of them. Actually, his name's Gunnar Romney.
I have a group chat of my old teammates.
Yeah.
High school, yeah. We still talk shit about fucking plays in high school.
The old days. Yeah, celebrating the old days, brother.
Yeah, man. I'm like, dog.
Yeah, remember that tackle, brother? yeah, brother.
For real, that's how it be.
Yeah.
I was telling him, I was like, hey, dog, remember the other time you fucking intercepted it from... And I was like, hey, fucking follow me. And I fucking, teamed 2 players. I was like, hey, follow me, dog.
Oh, God.
And I fucking hit 2 players, and then the third one, I fell and shit. Man. And he was like, we were laughing about it. Like, dude, that's some good fucking times in football, man.
I remember the best game of my life was honestly our game against Canotio my senior year. Yes, dude. We blocked the field goal to win the game. Like, that's how, adrenaline, freaking, great moments are in my life. Like to a game, blocking a field goal, man. That game was incredible. That was the most fun I ever had. But then, of course, it all went down the loop once we started losing and our coaching staff were losing faith in us. Man, it's just moments like that where you just remember, remember how fun it was, just not give it 2 shits in the world. You just go to practice, hit someone, and just play.
Yeah,
the term Friday Night Lights, especially here in Texas, obviously we don't get the full experience like they do in Lubbock and Odessa and Alabama and Dallas, but
I played teams where they shut down fucking towns, where we would have to get our food before the game started. So we would get off the game. Our food would be cold and soggy. So that's we played some boony towns that just shut down the fucking town.
Because that's a lot of towns are. They just nothing but eat, sleep, and pray football, man. But that's how it is here. When I was away, dude, and I describe people how big football is in Texas, I'm like, it is freaking huge. I went to Dallas in November. I saw a little bit of the Allen High School playoff game.
Oh, yeah?
They whomped them 80-0.
Did you
and it was sold out. Yeah, the stadium was huge and it was sold out.
Sold out?
Sold out. Everyone was there to watch this team beat them 80-0. It was fucking holy shit. I would be terrified if I had to play against them in that field.
I would get hit from
I would literally shit my pants if that were to happen. Man, but I'd be like...
Those are D1 starters, man.
They're insane, bro. They're on something. I'm not saying they're on steroids, but man, they're feeding them corn or steak every day.
I don't know what kind of Texas that is, but that's Texas, dog.
That's insane.
Those cattles up there are for real.
Man, I remember the days when, Euless Trinity? Mm-hmm. They were a thing. Now, unfortunately, they're not.
No, Trinity is not as good.
No, not as good now, but I remember, oh my God, they always have these Samoan players.
We played this one team, Alpine. The quarterback went to Texas A&M.
Okay.
Fucking 60 yards, beautiful spirals, dog.
From Alpine?
From Alpine, man. I'm pretty sure those teams can give a couple of teams in El Paso a run for their money. I'm talking about 6'8", 2A school going against a 6'8" and probably beating them.
That's insane, man. You remember that year when Canutillo went on their, almost they were so close there, man?
When they got whooped by Allen, Texas, we played them over there in Allen, Texas, dude. And that stadium looked like NMSU. Beautiful high school stadium like that.
That's insane, man. Man, a lot of people here when Canutillo was on the run because I think they've been the closest since a long time.
I don't think anyone's gonna come close.
To that for a while, but I said inevitably they're going to lose. I didn't want them to, but realistically, they're going to use, because the problem is they're just like the city of El Paso. We're just too small to compete against these other schools.
That guy was 6'6", the receiver. I remember watching that game. That guy was like 6'6".
That's massive.
And that was like my first year, I think, of college. So then we had an NFL receiver, or not an NFL, a UTEP receiver. I forgot his name. And he was the same size, and I was like, God damn, I can imagine this name, like this guy fucking covering a guy like my height. Like, no, like, no, it's not gonna work out. Like,
no, man. It's just, I think the problem is, and why we can't compete here, is just the fact that we just have too many schools.
Yeah,
there's too many schools, man, and plus not only that, we don't technically feed. I mean, yes, we feed into other schools, but not really. Kids can go to wherever school they want. Where over there, it's like everyone goes to this elementary school, then everyone goes to this middle school, and then you go to either these two high schools, and that's it. But the thing is that you've all played together, and you all have that natural chemistry with each other, where you know how you feel, you know how you work, you know how you play, and it's up to the coaches to like slowly like feed you that. How are you going to play for this high school? How are you going to play for this high school? I mean, that's the way I think it should be, but obviously it doesn't work like that here. Even from Pee-wees to, because Pee-wee, I never played Pee-wee football, but man, the way I see it, man, Pee-wee can do some fun stuff. They can do some crazy stuff, man, and it seems fun.
Pee-wee's fun.
But middle school ball, it's the same shit. Run the ball up the middle. Run.
Yeah, middle school kind of sucked.
This is like, what are we doing here? This isn't getting us ready for high school. This is just run and run and run. That's just not a good system. It's not good at all, because he's like, they're gonna run, they're gonna run again. Yeah, they're gonna run. It's just ridiculous.
What'd you think about 2-day practice?
2 days? Oh, fuck those days. Fuck those, man. Having to get up in the morning, go work out, and then do a shell, or just like helmets and shorts, and then go home for like a couple hours, and then come back with it at 2 o'clock.
You guys would do that at 2 o'clock?
3 o'clock.
Oh,
until like 6.
Man. Really?
Yes, and it'd be hot. So that's why I'm like, fuck 2 days, man.
Dude,
fuck that shit.
We would go in at 7 in the morning, and then we would hit in the morning, so that way we're fresh. And then at night, we would go in at 4, and then until like 6, 7 o'clock.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Like, we were there, and then, but like, we always had shells in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Like, we would always hit in the morning.
Oh, man. Let's see, that sounds a little bit better. Wake your ass up, too. No, I mean,
I love those 2 weeks because I had no fucking life. I literally went to football practice, fucking worked out, showered, came home, took a nap, got up, went to football practice, came home and slept. Those were great.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, that's what we lived and breathed for 4 years.
Well, now as I got older, I was like, why the fuck would I do that in 103-degree heat?
Oh, man.
Of full pads hitting, like, you know.
Oh, we were young and stupid. That's what we did.
Like,
that's what we did. That's all we did was just fucking. Oh yeah, change of topic. But this is the last fight that they had at the Don Haskins Center for the PBC when Victor Ortiz fought Devin Alexander. Fight ended up being a draw, which I don't agree with. But man, that's boxing, man. What can you do? Boxing's a dirty business.
It's so fucking rigged, dude.
Yeah. Man, Victor Ortiz, man, that's one of those dudes that just... I mean, the dude's probably a good guy, man. He's probably a great dude. But honestly, man, as a boxer, it's hard to say, because he's one of those guys that could have had it, but I guess when it got tough, he didn't grit it. Like, for example, he was fighting against Josecito Lopez. And basically, the winner was going to fight Canelo. Winner was guaranteed to fight Canelo at 154. And obviously, Victor Ortiz broke his jaw. And he just, my jaw's broken. I'm not continuing. Which I'm like, okay, I get it. But at the same time, it's like, it's Canelo. That's the fight. And Josecito Lopez got that fight. And it made Josecito Lopez bigger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it made him a little bit bigger. Even though Josito Lopez got whipped by Canelo, oh, he was battered and destroyed by him. But hey, he got that fight. He could say
I got
that
that
he
fight.
he went against the. Now, honestly, Canelo is the number one pound for pound fighter in the world according to the Ring magazine, which is the Bible of boxing. He's number one. Lomachenko's number two, and Terence Crawford's number three.
Lomachenko has some hands.
Oh, Lomachenko, he's incredible. I've never seen a boxer that moves, throws, and have an IQ like anybody.
What I like too is Ryan Garcia, man.
Ryan Garcia is good too, man. He's got quick hands, and he's young and he's hungry. He just got to keep making those fights, man. Another one is also Devin Haney. Devin Haney's really good too. He's got a good hooks in his hands, hand speed and power.
Well, I think what's going on with boxing is they need to do what UFC's doing.
Well, that's what they're kind of doing right now. I mean, Top Rank's having these isolated places where they're having boxing fights, and I think like in October, Lomachenko's gonna fight Teofimo Lopez, which is gonna be a great fight. Teofimo's another great fighter, very good guy. He had a great fight against, I think it was Richard Kami, I can't remember exactly, but he had a great fight against him, and it was amazing. Oh, man. Teofimo was a great fighter. I think he can give Lomachenko problems, too, man. He can give Lomachenko problems, man. But Loma's just on a whole nother level. I mean, have you seen, like, the training videos and stuff that he does?
Nah.
It's insane. Like, he'll be like, sparring for, like, or, like, not sparring, but, like, training, hitting the mitts, usual. And then all of a sudden his dad will take him out, and he'll do, like, breathing tests, like with an inhaler or something like that. And then he'll do, like, puzzles. Like, he'll, like, attack, like, boom, like, doing puzzles here, like, IQ, like when the screen glows here, he'll be like boop and boop and boop boop boop, and like doing puzzles and all that shit, and then like doing all this weird stuff like mental training. I've never seen a boxer train like that. It's insane, but it keeps your mind sharp, so that way how to like just react to everything. It's insane. Like Lomachenko's father is probably one of the best trainers, especially in a father-son duo I've ever seen, because the dude just knows how to work with his son, man. It's insane.
A lot of people. What people don't consider about boxing is it goes to a lot of their training.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
It's a lot of your training.
That's a lot of training, man. I mean, it's not easy. It's difficult. I mean, people think like, oh, it's just like, you get in there, you throw punches, and you move. It's more than that. It's basically, how do I say it?
You gotta train to be...
It's an aggressive, violent chess match.
Yeah.
This is the way it is. It's like, it's an aggressive, violent chess match, except obviously with no swords, just your fists.
I'd be more like deathmatch, but...
I mean, deathmatch, yeah, man. I mean, people have died in the ring.
Yeah, you could get hit.
You
can...
Yeah. Well, yeah, man. This year and this past year also, man. There's like a few boxers have died, unfortunately, because a lot of them were just too tough for their own good, and unfortunately they passed away. God rest their souls. But it's the hurt business. That's what they do, man. And I give respect to anyone that gets in that ring, man. But it's a beautiful sport, man. Honestly, this is a sport to me that tops football and honestly even baseball for me a little bit. Because like the way I describe it is like football's a passion, baseball's a love, but boxing's the mistress. You always gotta go back to her a little bit, because I'm passionate for football, but sometimes passion it dies out. You always love what you love, you always go to your love, but man, you got that mistress there going, hey, y'all. Well, that's what boxing is, man. But no, in terms of obviously like father-son trainers and duos, man, there's none like Lomachenko and his dad, Sean Porter and his dad, Danny Garcia and his dad. But I'm sure there's others. I'm not too sure who else does it, but man, it's incredible how you're a father and you can train your son, and the switch between being a dad and being your trainer. It's insane.
You gotta...
Oh, man. Yeah, like even though this fight happened like I think 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. It's still just great to watch. Just watch the different styles. Obviously Victor's trying to get on the inside and, be aggressive.
2 years ago?
2 years ago this fight happened, yeah.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, Yeah, I don't know if Victor's fought since this. I'm not too sure, but just the way like they moved. Evan's obviously more trying to counterpunch, but just like you don't. they're different type of athletes because not only are you obviously you're dishing out the punishment, but you got to learn how to take
the
it.
punishment.
Like
And you gotta have body toughness.
exactly,
And body
man.
toughness sucks. I don't know if anyone's gone through that, but that's something I never like to be a part of because it's fucking grueling.
Oh, it's horrible. Like explain like how it basically is.
So like with us, they would have us do butterfly kicks.
Yeah.
And so we'd be there, and obviously we'd have our hands on our butts and then our legs kicking in the air.
Yeah.
And then they would have someone stepping on us, and then they would have their elbows, like they're not the elbows, but the heels digging into our abs. Just someone stepping on you like that.
Yeah, that's
and you had to do it.
To freaking get resistant to them body shots, man. Because, man, if you've never taken a body shot in your life, they suck. They're not good. I rather, honestly, no, I shouldn't say that, but I'd rather take maybe a knockout punch to my jaw than take a perfect body blow to my... Ugh, it's just so painful. Sure. It's just painful, man. Ugh. It's crazy. Boxing's a crazy sport, man. What? Man, but yeah, man, UFC, man, they're doing it right, man.
No, they're doing it right.
Did you watch these past fights on Saturday?
Yeah, I was even watching the one yesterday, too.
Yeah, how was that? Oh, the one on Wednesday. Yeah, the one a few days ago.
Which one, the Usman?
Not Usman one, the one on Wednesday where you said you watched another one. There was another fight.
Wednesday,
or Thursday or something like that. I can't remember. Well, I know there's a fight tomorrow.
Yeah, it happened Wednesday. Yeah, it did happen Wednesday. Yeah. So, yeah, I was watching the one.
Yeah, I didn't watch that fight.
They were pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I heard, but...
The one on the 21st, that's going to be a good round. Or good card.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be a really good card.
Which one? Tomorrow? Saturday or...
The 21st. When's the 21st?
21st? That's not till the 18th, 19th, 20th. I think that's not till like Tuesday or next Wednesday. I think it's not till Tuesday. I don't know who's on that card.
Yeah.
Yeah. But man, that Usman Masvidal fight, man, I
mean, it was fun, but it got boring real quick.
I mean, it's just... I mean, I respect Usman and everything he's done, man. Like, he played it smart. Man, because you want nothing to do with Masvidal on the feet, man. Dude's just a destroyer. He's a killer. Like, every punch was, like, with intentions. Like, grit his teeth with made a fucking face, man. But I think that, honestly, that fight made me more of a fan of Masvidal even more. Just because, like, you know what? He's like, you know what? You got me, but you didn't get me.
The fight I personally liked the best this year was the one Tony Ferguson fought versus
Gaethje. Ferguson and Gaethje. That one was wild, man. Because it was insane because there was no fans and you can hear every shot landing. Oh, it was brutal.
And then Tony Ferguson.
Oh man, and Ferguson was taking it, man. Ferguson's a tough motherfucker.
They just said there were shots where I don't even know how the fuck he took.
Yeah, man, he's just a crazy man. That's one of those fights, man, that. I think I don't know. I think it's just people trying not to make excuses for Tony and Tony just being tough. I think, honestly, he just wasn't the same for that fight because I think the weight cut probably got him, and I think also just the switch of opponents at the last. Because he was supposed to fight Khabib.
Yeah, he was supposed to fight Khabib.
For, like, the umpteenth time. And that fight is fucking cursed. I don't think it'll ever happen. Which sucks because I want it to happen.
Nah, I don't think he'll ever fight him.
I don't think they'll ever fight, man.
But now Gaethje whooped his ass.
But Gaethje whooped him. But, man, I wouldn't...
But I think Gaethje can beat Khabib because I think... But if Khabib doesn't... If Gaethje can... not be in the ground.
Yeah, but
once it's ground, it's over. But
it's over, man.
I think Gaethje can take him with hands.
Maybe, man, maybe, but Khabib. I mean, I think honestly, and this is not because I'm a Conor fanboy. I mean, I like Gaethje too, man. But I just.
But that whole class is stacked.
Though. Oh, it's a stacked division, man. You got obviously Khabib as the champion. You got Justin as the interim champion. You got Conor. You got Tony. It's and even still got like Kevin Lee and guys like that. Dos Anjos is at welterweight now, but you got killers in that division, man.
It's a good division.
It's a great division. That's like the Hagler, Hearns, and like Sugar Ray, like Ray Leonard and Duran of those days, man. It's just a murderer's row of a lineup. It's insane, man. Like you could put any of those guys in a fight, and I'm watching it.
Yeah,
that's how insane it is, man. But I really want to see Conor fight Khabib again, because obviously you can tell if anyone watched that first Khabib fight, man, he just didn't take that shit seriously. And you saw it. He walked hands down,
Yeah, like
loosey-goosey, but
didn't.
too loosey-goosey, man. And you can tell when Khabib caught him with that shot, he was like, oh, fuck, man. And granted, that was the only big shot Khabib landed on the feet.
I mean, he's never fucking lost a match.
Like, he's never lost, man. But the thing with Khabib, and this is no disrespect to Khabib, man, but the only, like, high-profile... Oh, you also got Dustin Poirier there.
Yeah.
I forgot about Poirier. And he just fucked up Daniel Hooker. Another good guy, but, man,
Did you watch that
tough.
fight?
I did watch that fight, man.
Fight.
It was a great fight, but, man, Khabib's only high fights that I give him credit for, obviously, he beat Edson Barbosa, really good fighter, but... like, if you put him against Khabib, I was like, I think Khabib can beat him. He beat... Who else could Khabib beat? He beat Iaquinta, which Iaquinta, like, he survived it, but his face was just destroyed. And I think Khabib was just, like, toying with him a little bit.
Yeah?
I think so. I mean, it's just me armchair quarterbacking, so I'm not quite sure. But to me, it just felt like Khabib was, like, maybe a little like, I don't need to finish him. Like, I'll just coast it.
Nah,
and then he did fight Conor. He did fight Conor, and he beat him fair and square. But that was a McGregor that wasn't focused, that didn't take the shit seriously, man. And even when Conor didn't take it seriously, and when he kind of did in that third round, he landed some good shots against Khabib.
I'm liking his weight class now, though. Before he retired.
Before he retired for like the third time.
But, yeah.
I don't think he is, man. I think he's just waiting for this whole pandemic to be over, and then like really like get into it, because this whole pandemic has kind of fucked everybody over.
Oh, it's fucked up everyone.
But yeah, then after Conor, then Khabib fought Dustin. And then Khabib was supposed to fight Tony, but obviously with the whole coronavirus and he's over there in Russia, it just couldn't happen. But Khabib, to me, has only beat like maybe two top guys.
Yeah.
Two top guys. And granted, I'll say, he beat Conor, yes, he did, but that wasn't the Conor. That wasn't the McGregor. You know what I mean? So that's why I want to see them rematch, because I want to see, let's see, does Conor make the adjustments, or just Khabib just mauls him again? But I'm interested in that fight, man. But you can also put Conor in there against Justin. Imagine how crazy that fight would be. Okay. Justin doesn't want to take him down. He wants to stand and bang, and Conor's like, oh, fuck yeah. That's basically how Conor is, I'm going to pipe you on the feet, boy.
Honestly, I want to fucking make a run for that money is Gaethje.
Gaethje, man, I would like to see Gaethje fight him, man, and I like Gaethje.
Togi Ferguson fight, I fucked his ass up bad.
Yeah, man, but man, I think Tony earns another shot at Justin, man. I think that weight cut and all that kind of like messed with him, and obviously changed.
You're cutting weight like that, fuck.
And he cuts a lot. He cuts a good amount of weight, man. But, man, he's a tough guy, man. But I think any one of those guys, if you fight them and they're on a card, it's like, fuck yeah, I'm tuning in. Just because they're all great fighters.
UFC's doing it right, man. They got their own island. They fucking...
Oh, yeah, Fight Island. Yeah, Abu Dhabi.
Actually, I thought their fights are going to be on the beach and they're still inside the container.
No, they're still inside. Yeah, I thought so too, but they made like a platform. I mean, it's still on the beach.
It's still on the beach.
But it's in a little
I thought it was actually going to be on the beach.
Well, they used to actually do that. It was an organization called Bodog Fights.
Oh, really?
Jose Masvidal used to fight there too, and I think also Eve Edwards and all them. And Cain Velasquez used to fight there in Bodog.
It's copycat rules and...
Yeah, or none of that, but that's what they used to do, man. Bodog fights. They would fight on the beach. They'd be chicks in their bikinis with the ring.
So, yeah, man. I mean...
Well, man, that's insane, though. But, I mean, it's perfect, because obviously you can't have fights here no more, because everything's shutting down again.
Everything's shutting... I mean, like... I think, like, here in El Paso, I think shit's gonna shut down real quick. I think it's just...
I'm on the fence, man, because apparently we're supposed to shut down today, from what I heard.
Oh, really?
They were gonna do it today, but I didn't hear anything. But
apparently, if something does happen, it'll come Monday, or it will come Friday, because that's when decisions have been made.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they hadn't made a decision yet. Well, the thing is that with the cases now,
hey, Union's open. You know that.
Union's open?
Yeah,
they reopened.
They reopened. Oh, you have to.
You have to order food before you drink.
Yeah, because Chelsea's husband's back in town.
Oh yeah, Sly's back in town.
So Sly's back in town. So
I'm gonna get her and him on. Obviously I can get them together. I wish I did, but I need more microphones. But I'll get them on here, man. But no shit. Yeah, they're
Yeah, so like I guess you have to like pay for like your food and shit. And then
Okay.
order a beer. But I mean, fuck, dude. I mean, that's pretty good.
That's good. Yeah, at least they're doing something, man. Because this, I'm pissed about this whole thing because it's fucking with people's livelihoods, man.
Dude, have you literally compared life before Corona and life after Corona?
Yes, dude, literally,
it's
man.
Completely different.
It's so different, dude. We live in a fucking world where everyone has to wear a fucking mask.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. Like, we were watching the fights and like, dude, look at them. They're fucking wearing masks on live television. On live fucking television, pay-per-view, people are wearing masks. Like, look at the world we live in. It's insane.
It's a world that we're never gonna go back to, and it's crazy to think about that. I mean, because there's one thing when it's like other stuff that's happening around the world, but when it's like a virus, it's gonna change the world completely.
Oh, definitely,
and
man.
it's gonna like.
But this is something that's never been taken to this measure, man. I mean, think about it. Like,
how
fucking.
can I explain it? So before Corona, right?
Yeah.
You know how I do the purchasing, right?
Yeah,
So I would go.
Hey, for those who don't know, pretty much what purchasing is basically he has to go to all the big old restaurant depots and stores and fucking grab all the material, all the items that we need to support the restaurant, which is food, other things. Basically, it's a huge job. But yeah, go ahead.
So before coronavirus, you know, like I would go in there without my mask, go get my shit, come back out, and now it's different. Now, what I've adjusted to, this is my normal life now. I guess I have to really fucking consider it now because obviously nothing's gonna change. So basically now I have to wear a mask the entire time.
Yeah, we all do.
Anything I take, I can't put down back. So once I take it. That's it. I can't put it back.
No shit.
Yeah. So then, on top of that, like Sam's, for instance, it's only Sam's and Walmart that I've seen the biggest difference is you literally go into one side.
Yeah, and come out the other. Yep, that's how they've been doing it at Walmart, man.
And you're in, you know, you're 6 feet.
Yeah, you're 6 feet.
You're with your mask, and so that's just, you know, compare like before and after. Like before, I literally go into Walmart, run in there with get the cart real quick, throw the stuff I needed to, and I was out like in 5-10 minutes. Now it takes literally just like 30 minutes because I'm literally going into one side, coming out to the other side, walking and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean it's crazy how the world is changing. Like it's affecting, and people are thinking we're gonna go back to normal. We'll never go back to normal.
No, man. I mean, I don't know, man. It's crazy now. I think obviously in time we just gotta give it time. We will go back to normal. But the question is just when. Obviously when. But the thing is, man, there's been viruses in the world, but it's never been like this. Like,
well, it's because it's viruses, and then I guess now you can either tie into election. Somehow. Virus is election. It's crazy. It's think about that
conspiracy theory.
Yeah, it's like I mean, but when you really think about it, you know, shit adds up.
I mean, it makes sense.
It makes sense, and it's not like just like, oh, I'm high, I'm thinking about this. It's like no,
like it kind of does.
It does make sense. Like even my dad. Like my dad was never into politics. I've never heard my dad talk about politics, ever.
Yeah.
Ever. I've never heard him talk about politics. You know when he started talking about politics, like about when all this shit started happening to him, and it started affecting him. That's when he started like researching.
Oh, that's when you get into it. That's when you worry who's running my country, who's running my shit, who's telling me what to do.
And to really fix your livelihood, then that's
when you give a shit. That's the importance of a vote, man.
Yeah. So I mean, like. It's changed. It's changed dramatically to where even my own dad is fucking, you know, like, son, you know, thinking about this, you know, this is why you do this is why you do that. Yeah, you know, he's really like, he's in it about teaching us shit that we don't know. So I mean, it's one thing that, you know, he's.
Yeah, that's one thing you need to think about, man. I mean. I'm not the biggest guy on politics. I'm not that much educated on it.
I'm not either.
I mean, but if I guess I'm obviously very right wing, like, you know, I'm common sense kind of thing. I mean, you know, that's just how I like sort with things, but I mean, this is just, I don't know how to explain it. This is just ridiculous at some point because of how political they're making this virus thing, man.
Yeah,
It's so
stupid.
ridiculous, dude. Like, if this turns out where they're fucking doing this to get rid of Trump, I'm gonna be so mad because you're fucking with people's livelihoods, man. People have jobs, have businesses, and they're crumbling because of this. I mean, look at the fucking Sunland Park Mall. Dude, there's only like 3 or 4 businesses left in there now.
Really?
Dude, like, literally, more than half of them it's gone. It's gone. Like, J.C. Penney is shut down.
Really?
J.C. Penney's gone.
So how's Cielo Vista doing?
See, honestly, I don't know.
Obviously, we don't live in the
I
east
don't know.
side,
We don't live on the east side of town, but I don't know. The Outlet Mall's doing great. But, man, Sunland is one of those, man, that I just think hasn't been the same since the early 2000s, man.
That's true.
It hasn't just been the same, man.
It'll never be like, you know, like, because like when I grew up, you know, Sunland Park was like,
yeah, you always go. You always went to the mall on a Friday.
Yeah.
I remember the days when that room, which was it became a VR video game room. It was an arcade game place, man. I would go there and I would fucking play like Time Crisis, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. I'd play all that shit on there and fucking.
I remember like eating at the food court and then go walk in the
food court.
mall.
You walk around the mall. You fuck around a little bit. The craziest thing I ever did in that mall was play capture the flag with friends of mine.
Really?
Yeah, we just had some fucking bandanas and we're like, oh, let's play capture the flag. Oh, great idea. Let's go do that. And we fucking did it, man. We hide in stores, fucking run around. No one gave a shit, man. It was fantastic, man.
There's really nothing I really did at the mall.
No, you just obviously I was too young to really shop, you know. I didn't give a shit. I just want to walk around the mall, check out what's cool. You know, it's just hanging out, you know. But that's what kids used to do, man.
But it's like, you know, even like going to the movie theaters, you can't even do that no more.
Yeah, you can't do that, which pisses me off because I fucking love going to the movies. Damn it.
Shit is changing.
It's so changing, man.
And it's something we have to adjust to.
Exactly. It's just about adjustment. And I think that's honestly one of the things that honestly scares a lot of people is how this is going to change.
One thing I've learned is you got to adjust to what's going on. If you never adjust, then you're not going to progress.
Adapt or die.
Yeah, exactly.
That's basically what it is. Survival of the fittest. That's what this is, and that's what this virus is. It's just basically... It's survival of the fittest. It's just weeding out. The Earth is saying there's too many of y'all, and it's weeding out people.
Basically, what viruses do, they just fucking
That's what
eliminate people, and then through that, well, you know, because after the plague, of course, shit starts coming, you know, it starts becoming a fact.
Yeah, man.
Because it's just like.
Well, like I was saying, the way we've reacted to this, it's not like we've reacted like this before. Like when SARS was a thing. Obviously, I was too young to remember what we did for SARS.
I can't remember.
But my mom said all they did was like, you know, she never took me to playgrounds during that, or never took me to public places, or like got too close to strangers during that time. But that was basically it. That was basically all they did for SARS. And I remember swine flu, when swine flu was a thing.
My mom got swine flu.
Yeah, I got swine flu. Man, that shit sucked, man.
Really?
But literally, I was sick for a week and I went back to school.
I
went back to school. Yeah, I tested positive for swine flu, was sick for a week. Oh, it was bad. Like, honestly, I could say, like, that sucked. That really did suck, man. But you know what? I was back at school.
Was bronchitis.
Oh, bronchitis. That always sucks.
I get the body aches. Yeah.
You're like...
I feel like I'm dying.
You can't sleep and shit.
Sleep.
Yeah, man. But
man.
It's just... With this virus, man, it's either...
I wish I could...
It's hit or miss from what I've heard. You maybe have a symptom, it's gone. You may have no symptoms, or you get all the symptoms. Basically, from what I've heard, man. There have been people that's like, oh, I've been fucking sick for 2 weeks. Or some people are like, yeah, I was only sick for like maybe a week or less. And there's people like, I tested positive, but I never experienced any symptoms.
It's like, how can I say, like my 90-year-old great-grandma.
Yeah.
Like.
With no shit?
Yeah, so I mean.
90-year-old great-grandma got the Rona and kicked it.
And she was pretty pissed off because the hospital wasn't letting her go. And she was like, I'm fine. I just want to go home.
I'm fine, fuckers. Let me go.
Like, she was literally telling people to break her out of a hospital. Like, no, you can't fucking do that shit.
Oh, man. That's hilarious.
So, I mean, that's not saying if. I mean, she can do it, and we're like fucking, like, what, 20s? Like, in our 20s? So, then, yeah, man.
Yeah,
I
man.
mean, if we could, that'd definitely be there. Like,
Yeah, well, I mean, like, the people that are dying, man, are just people that are very, like, they're not the greatest in shape
Sure.
of people, or they have something up with them. Those are the people, most of them that are dying. I'm not saying that all of them, but most of them, man. But, I mean, one thing that really pissed me off is I saw this a couple weeks ago. The news, someone from the news, I think it was News Channel 7, ABC 7 or something like that. They put an article of this dude that went to California, and the title of it was like, "Man makes a final cryptic tweet of COVID-19 before his death." And it's like, I should have never gone to California to a barbecue. Or I shouldn't have not gone or even wore a mask. I hope and pray that I'll be okay. And he was in the hospital, and then they're like, oh, 2 days later, he died. That's like, okay, that doesn't fucking do anything. That's just like, oh, look. It's like, well, first off, if you look at the guy wasn't healthy. Guy didn't look really good. And this is not a knock on him or anything like that, or it's to his family, condolences to the family. But, I mean, man, I hate when this isn't knock on the family, but I hate when the news media gets a hold of something like that, and they're like, look, see, this is why we gotta stay shut down. This is why you can't go out, or why you can't do anything. Look at like that, but it's like, okay, I get that, but you can't shove something like that down people's throats. That just terrifies people, and it stresses them out. You don't want people stressed out. You want people have common sense and be smart and think for themselves a little bit, but you don't want them fucking terrified and fucking like living in a fucking shell, like, oh, I don't want to go out. What if I get it?
I stopped watching the news once we got back to work. Once we got back to work,
I never paid attention to any of the news, man. It's just all corrupted, man. If you want to watch something good about news, look up the Daily Wire. Yeah, shout out to them.
They're pretty good.
They're great. Ben Shapiro, Michael Knowles, and all them. Shout out to them, man.
I'm talking about it. Our hands are in bleach every day.
Definitely,
soap water every day.
Yeah, so every single day.
Wearing our mask 24/7 at work. So I mean, like,
yeah,
we shouldn't have a problem.
No, we shouldn't have a problem, man. And this whole pandemic, man, it's so crazy.
It's interesting because it's gonna change the way you live, and it may have a political effect for some odd reason. I don't know how, or even think about it, but apparently.
Well, I mean, it does, man. Because think about it. Many people are doing things differently. Like, look at the governor of New York, Cuomo. People are praising him because, like, oh, look, we kicked the virus, and then all the people in New York are outside. They're shopping. They're at restaurants, bars. Well, the reason why they're doing that because all of them fucking got it.
I know.
They wiped them out of anything. We shouldn't praise them. Like, they got lucky because they didn't react to it right, and they all got fucking sick. It wiped them all out.
It's like,
but like, we shouldn't praise him because of that, because the donkey dick of him didn't freaking do anything. In fact, apparently, when elderly got sick, he said send them back to the nursing homes.
Really?
Like, really? Like, they never released any of their nursing home numbers from what I read. Like, no, like, when people would ask about the nursing homes, they just, like, brush it off and, like, not show you. Or give you some, like, fake number or whatever about it. It was freaking, like, what? Like that? Like, New York, like, it's ridiculous. Like, I think Texas and Florida were doing the right things. I think my only little about it is I think Abbott opened up too quick. Not saying too quickly. I think he opened up right and was on the right track. But I think he did 75% too quickly.
That's his one mistake was he went everything 25 and like the bars. I mean, yes, you can go 75, but you don't open the bars to like 50%. Cause I'm here in El Paso. What do? We like to fucking.
Oh yeah, that's all because there's nothing to do here, man.
There's nothing really to do besides to go and eat and all. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You eat or party in El Paso and go get girls or whatever you gotta do. Like. It's literally that.
Yeah, that's what it is. There's like nothing else to do here. We'd have no theme park, no water park, no like big thing to go do. It's just you either go out, you gotta go to a bar, you go dancing, or go to a restaurant. Yeah, that's it. You gotta find stuff to do. And It sucks because, I mean, we do now have two big sports teams. We got obviously the El Paso Chihuahuas,
and,
good time, and then obviously the new soccer team, the Locomotives. I think they're called.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to go to a soccer game. I've never been to one before, like a professional one. I mean, I'm down to go to that. But of course, I love baseball. I'm always down to go to a ball game. But we need more stuff like that, like attraction things. What the city just doesn't pass them, and that's why people are getting drunk every day, getting high every day, going out every day because there's nothing else to do. So when you tell people 75%, let's go.
It's basically 100% all possible.
Exactly, and I think that was the one critical thing where it was like, all right, but.
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, "Fuck it, let's go party."
Yeah, exactly. That's what our mindset does. Like, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, let's go party. I mean, I'm guilty as that too.
The thing was also that was crazy is because no one was talking about COVID-19 when the George Floyd thing happened.
No one was it.
No one. It was just like it was gone. It was about protesting, defund the police.
So my question is like, how can I say it? Before Oprah, you know how there's a rumor saying that Oprah got arrested for sex trafficking?
Oprah got arrested for
that's
what?
The sex trafficking. That's what the rumors were said, dating and shit like that.
What the hell?
Yeah. I know, crazy, right? So, that had, and then the news throws out another fucking thing, like, and then it's like Jada and Will Smith because people were getting on to like those shift trafficking.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Like Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith. Yeah, I haven't read on it just because.
Really, I don't
give a shit. It's like, you know what? That's their personal business.
Yeah, I mean,
let them have their personal business. That's their thing. Leave. Why do I care about that?
I will never tell you who to date, who to not date.
Exactly, man. I mean, I don't know the full story, so I'm not gonna talk about it.
But you're a grown ass person and deciding who the fuck you want to
date. Yeah, exactly. Like, let them. That's their life. Let them have it. But I mean, it's just a mad thing. Especially, but like when the George Floyd thing happened, it was like all of a sudden coronavirus is gone. No one was talking about it.
And then, you get protests in El Paso. I don't know how the fuck you protest in El Paso.
Yeah. With me too. I was like, wait, why are they here? Like, we're a racially ethnic town.
But rumor has it that a lot of people were from out of state.
Oh, yeah, a lot of... Well, yeah, no, it was confirmed. A lot of them came from Dallas. I had a buddy of mine who said the protesters were there in Dallas, and a lot of them were moving west towards us to protest. Man, we saw them. Me and my cousin went out, and we were just driving around the town, and we found them outside the main headquarters of the police station, up by one of the parks too. Man, they were all there, man, and the cops are in their riot gear, man. It was like, it was a peaceful protest,
But we just got shot at. I know some got shot at.
Of course, some fucking shot at. Because that was the idiots that were just like either rioters or doing something stupid, man. Like. That's one of those things that I was like, don't confuse the rioters for the protesters, but...
I mean, that's what they get. I mean, you do stupid things, you get stupid outcomes.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like, here's my thing with, obviously, this is just my opinion on the George Floyd thing is... How do I want to put this? It was an unfortunate situation that was disgusting and horrible, but I don't think... it had anything to do with racism. That's just my point on it. I think it was just a horrible cop that did a horrible, disgusting thing, and I hope he rots in jail for the rest of my life. But I just don't see anything where it has to do with black versus white. Like, I think the main problem with people have with race is that they keep bringing it up and talking about it. They keep referring to us as black men and white men. Of course, we're brown, Hispanic. It's like we should stop referring to us as that. Is obviously I believe in God and you believe in God, correct? We're people. We're people under one God, and we're all looked upon at the same. At the end of the day, man, no matter what color we are or what we believe in, we're all gonna end up in the dirt. Yeah, we're all gonna go from dust we were from, and from dust to dust we shall return. Is one of my big beliefs in, man. But at least there was one positive thing, though, I did like about the whole George Floyd was the protest, not to defund the police, but for change. For change, because I think one of the things that I saw was, I forget his name, but he was talking about, instead of defunding police, we should actually fund more to the police, more training, because they don't train like in combat and in those high risk situations a lot. Like you don't get a lot of training. I think it should go more towards that, and not only that, have like a limit, like an exercise limit, like have a certain like in the army, in the Marine Corps, have like a weight limit, have like pass like a physical test, all that, because man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no offense. I mean, if there's a big cop chasing me, I'm running.
Well, yeah, you're running,
I'm
exactly.
running.
What's he gonna do?
What the fuck?
What's he gonna do, man?
They can't catch me. I'll tell you that.
Exactly, he ain't gonna catch you. But like, that's the problem. Is that like, man? Like, it's nowadays. I have all respect for officers of the law, man. Especially nowadays, man. It's so difficult, so hard. But man, it's like if I see you and you're like a big old dude, man, I'll be like, really?
Yeah, like,
I'm supposed to take you serious, man. You're supposed to.
I'm supposed to get scared.
Not just that, but you're supposed to represent the law and know the law and the law that I'm supposedly breaking. It's like, man, you expect me to be serious? How do you expect you to take care of us when you can't take care of yourself, kind of thing? And that's what I'm for. Is that like fund more the police?
Have you ever ran from because like for me, like I ran from the cops when I was like in high school. Multiple. I mean that shit to me was funny. Like I mean to me like that for me that was just like a little high school little adrenaline rush, get things going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And now when I see people, cops, they're kind of larger side. I do not think twice. They're still.
Right. Oh man, my whole thing with the police is that like, look, if I've done nothing wrong or I know I've done nothing wrong, I got nothing to be scared of.
I never.
If you know you've done nothing wrong and a cop is trying to make you seem like you did something wrong, like obviously if you're speeding and you were speeding, it's like nope. But if you know you weren't speeding, he pulled you over, it's like you didn't do anything, just cooperate with him. If the dude's a dick, get it on camera. Film that shit. Film it. And if they the dude wants you in court, like I have video evidence of, of what I was doing. Like honestly, if anything, if he's getting you for speeding, look at your speedometer. Get your phone out. Get your speedometer. This is what I'm going. This is the speed limit, or something like that. And record him. Because technically, you have every right to record them as they're recording you. Technically.
Yeah, because it's already.
Yeah, you have every right to do that. You have every right. And I think honestly, people should. If you're afraid of the police, obviously know your rights. Like if you're walking down the street in a public way, and an officer tries to stop you and he asks for your ID.
No, you're not supposed to.
You don't technically have to give it to him unless you're being arrested or you're being detained. But if either or not, you don't have to reveal yourself and you don't have to be stopped by the police. People should look up that more, and that way they don't have to always run from the police officers or being scared of the police. It's just, if you've done nothing wrong, you've done nothing wrong. If you have done something wrong and they catch you, then just get it.
Yeah, just be like, be straight up with them. I've always had better outcomes when I'm straight up with the cop than when I told them.
Yeah, because a lot of them, especially here in our city. I can't speak for any other places. Mm-hmm. Maybe the cops are really bad in some places.
Like I got pulled over at a 25 in the school zone. 26. I was going 26 technically. And the lady was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, she's like, "Were you speeding?" I was like, "Yeah, I was speeding." I was like, "I'm not gonna lie." She's like, "Why are you speeding?" I was like, "Cause I was tired. I just wanted to go home and sleep." I was like, "I got home late from school." And she's like, "Well, why are you driving your truck?" And I was like, "Well, because my little sister had to go to school. So I dropped her off." She's like, "Alright." She was like, "Well, I'm giving you a warning." And it was in the school zone. I thought I was going to get the ticket. But I was straight up with her. I was like, "Look, I was speeding. This is why I was speeding. I'm just dropping her off."
Yeah.
She's trying to go home.
Yeah.
I had no problem with it.
Yeah, I mean, you were speeding. I was like, "Yeah, you got me. I was speeding. I'm just tired." And what did she do?
She just gave me a warning. Said, "Alright, let me go."
Ever
since then, I've always been straight up.
It's better to just be straight up.
Yeah. I got one time pulled over in my mom's car and I didn't have the lights on. Cop was like, "Yo, why don't you have your lights on?" And I was like, "Because my truck's automatic and I was just dropping my mom off with my uncle real quick." And their manual, so I had to actually put him on. And then he was like, "Oh well, here's a warning." Like I've always told the cop what I've done.
Like the truth.
The truth.
Like, "Oh, my bad, I'm sorry.
Yeah, like
I'm not used to this car. You have to flip them on and stuff.
because the more you glide them, the
the more pissed and the more like
they get.
angry and irritated they are.
If
like
you're straight up, I promise you things go smoothly and quicker.
yeah, and even if they don't, man,
And
at
even
least
if
you
they
have
don't, at least
you have the
like, yo, I
conscience. Like,
told
yo,
them.
I was honest. This guy was just being an ass. And most of the time, when they're like, you got to appear in court, they won't even be there.
Most of them don't.
And they're like, they don't give a shit, man. They're just there with an agenda, and that's just. There's some bad apples in every bunch, unfortunately. But
yeah, of course.
I think, honestly, with all this, hopefully we have a better system of weeding out those bad apples and stop all this, man. Because it's not cool to see when you just see on the news an officer, no matter what color, just would kill somebody. It's like, man, especially if it's like over something dumb. It's like, it's like a kid had no gun or something and just the kid got scared or whatever and they just shoot him. It's like, okay, I don't know, man.
How the way I can explain is we shouldn't be turning on each other.
Exactly, man.
We should never be turning. We should more. It's very hard to get someone to help you nowadays. A lot of people tend to themselves, which I don't blame.
Well, yeah, I don't blame people either, man.
For not doing for doing that. I mean, I technically would do the same shit. There's only certain people I'd be like, yo, I got you,
Yeah, man. We need more people like that, man, to stop thinking about themselves. Like this whole mentality of I don't give a fuck. It's about me. It's such a very void, dark way of like living your life because
this world's gotten colder, man.
Yeah, it's just getting colder, man. Well, think about it, man. It's the way that I look about it is like who's gonna really be sad for you at your funeral when you're gone, or who's really gonna be when you die? Be like, oh, thank God, that guy was an asshole. And also the way I always look at it too is like, what are you gonna say? God face to face when you're face to face is good because I believe when we die God's gonna ask you face to face explain yourself, like just talk, and the way I describe it, like especially like the way I describe it for like non-believers too, people that don't believe in God or anything like that, which is fine, but like the way I always see it is that like when you die and you're face to face with him and he asks you, do you still refuse to believe or do you still what do you call it? Do you still refuse to believe? And like, when he's there face to face, like, what are you gonna say to him? You gonna tell him straight up no, or are you gonna say yes? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think honestly, that's what people need to be told more to is like, man, what are you gonna tell God when you meet him face to face? You're gonna tell him, yeah, I don't give a fuck. I never gave a fuck. I didn't care about anybody but myself, man. Can you really say that? Say that to him face to face? And I don't think you can. And besides, man, even people that tell me, oh, I don't give a fuck about anyone or I don't give a fuck about this, it's all bullshit anyway. You do. You know you do. Because I was one of them. I used to tell myself all the time, I don't give a fuck what anyone says about me or what they think. You do. It's bullshit. You always do. You always have that in the back of your mind. But the thing is that the way you train yourself not to think like that, you train yourself... You train yourself to love yourself. Obviously, the way I say is like, you love yourself first before you love others. Because how can you love other people and care about other people if you don't even love yourself? You know what I mean? The way is that like, this is who I am, this is what I do. Love what you love, but use what you learn and what you have to help others. And that way you have that mentality. If someone like ridicules you, you'd be like, what they say doesn't mean nothing because I know what I'm doing is benefiting and is doing good. But what they're doing is doing nothing but making a fool out of themselves. So that's the true mentality to have. It's not that, oh, I don't give a fuck. It's that like, I know what I'm doing is right and what they're doing is wrong and they're looking like a fool. And I know in the long run, my mentality and my strength and my heart's going to pay off. I think we need to train people and just teach, especially kids, more about that, man. Because you see kids nowadays, a lot of them, not all of them, but they have that same attitude. They see someone on TV and they're like, oh, I want to be like him. He doesn't give a crap about anything or do anything like that. He don't give a fuck. And it's like, man, don't be like that. That's not you. That's you trying to be somebody. I can't stand, especially when an athlete's like, I want to be the next LeBron James. I want to be the next Michael Jordan. It's like, you can't be them.
You'll never be them.
You'll never be them. That's why I say like LeBron and Kobe will never be MJ because MJ did and done that. But LeBron can maybe get close, can get close to what MJ's achieved, and Kobe can get close to what MJ's achieved. But they'll never do what MJ did because Michael Jordan did was forever change the game of basketball.
The reason why I think our society is going bad is because a lot of people care too much about what other people think.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people should be caring about just what you think, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Because, like, I found more peace in mind where I go to work, I go to school, I'm golfing, I'm doing my thing, don't have to really worry about nothing. Like, that's how I found my peace.
Yeah.
You know, having an opinion, I've always, if I don't ask for your opinion, that means your opinion doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah.
But I've always taken into account for the people that have always gotten their opinion.
Yeah.
Because I consider their opinion to be really valuable to me.
Valid. Yeah.
And I think that I need to make adjustments here and there. And I think a lot of people in society, like TikTok, Snapchat, and Facebook and shit, like people like to flaunt, like, oh, I got this, I got that, Like,
Well, yeah, because it's just a world for them to show that I have no problems, I have no worries. When in reality, they all do. We all do. Everybody does. Everyone's struggling with stuff, man. And I think it's better, honestly. I think it's better also, one thing also, is people need to listen to more opinions also. Even though, yeah, you might not agree with their opinion, but it's just about listening to them and understanding where they're coming from. Too, I think we need to be more understanding. We also need to understand also that even though we say like, oh, we don't care about other people think, we need to also acknowledge that we do care.
We do, yeah.
We do. We definitely do. Otherwise, why are we trying to impress and look good so people can be like, damn, he looked good? We always do it. Everyone does.
Everyone does it.
But it's better to yourself to admit like, yeah, I'm trying to look good so people can be like, hey, I look good. But it's also training yourself also get out of that mentality so you can just dress to be you. Like, I love this shirt. In Gas Monkey Bar and Grill when I went to Dallas a few years ago. I love this shirt. People think like, oh, it looks like a work shirt, like you're going to work. I'm like, well, look at this shirt. It's kind of like a baseball shirt, like a baseball jersey kind of thing. I like the patch right here, the American flag, Gas Monkeys, and the big old gorilla on the back of the shirt too. I mean, I love this shirt. But it was like, you know what? I'm wearing this shirt because I like it. If people don't like it, that's fine. But I love this shirt because, to me, it looks like a baseball thing. I love baseball, and that's what it is. But I slowly trained my mind into knowing, like, this is how I dress. Sometimes I dress really nice. Sometimes I dress like this, just like this, and jeans and some good old worn shoes. And sometimes I just dress in a tank top and shorts and just maybe some old sneakers. That's just how I dress. And I like the way I dress because it's like, oh, I feel like this today, I feel like that. But I know at the end of the day, I'm doing it because it's what I feel and it's what I want to dress as and I want to do for me. It's something for me. It's not for anyone. It's for me. And I think that's also a healthy thing for people to understand is like look, okay, we get it. We understand what we're trying to do is we're trying to get people to look. We're trying to get people to pay attention. But if you keep doing that, you're never going to be satisfied with it because you're always going to be filled with disappointment. And I think a positive thing to always take and to learn is that, like, look, no matter what you do, people are going to piss on you no matter what. Someone's always going to do it.
I feel like people got to hit rock bottom. I feel like everyone's got to hit rock bottom.
Everyone in some form. Some people hit it bad. Some people get like a small rock bottom.
I got to hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
I feel like if no one goes through that, you've never
learned. You've never lived. You've never understood.
Because that's when you're like, damn, it's like, damn. You really start complaining, and then you get to like the diagram, you start drawing out, like, why the fuck did I end up here?
Yeah, exactly. You start learning, you start looking at things. How am I as a person? What was I doing? And all that. You start thinking, and then you start evolving as a person. That's what life is. It's about growing pains. It's about the downs, because if everyone's doing good all the time, then how the fuck are you gonna learn?
Yeah, exactly.
How are you gonna learn?
I feel like, especially men, and I feel like we need to learn more and evolve quicker.
Yeah.
because we gotta like say if we want a partner in life, you know, for like the long term.
Yeah.
You gotta take care of them.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta, you know, you gotta take care of your job. You gotta take care of yourself. You gotta take care of your family. You gotta take care of things that you need to do.
Okay.
So you always gotta evolve. You gotta learn.
Yeah.
You gotta learn to do things, and you gotta evolve to do things better and quicker.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people. Well, I think it's for us. It's a little bit more challenging because we always gotta take care of. Well, not take care of, but assess with other people.
Yeah. No, that makes sense, dude. It really does, and I really like what you're saying, too, because it's not a lot of thing that you know we'd have time to think about, man. Because think about it, man. Especially in high school, man, you're just go. You know, like for us as athletes, man, it was just wake up in the morning, work out, go back home, shower, or if anything, I just go back to the locker room, shower, go to class, do my classes, go back to practice, come home, do homework. Of course, I wouldn't do homework, but I just come straight home and eat dinner and crash out, and the cycle would go all over again. You don't have time to think, man, because it's like a nonstop train. It never has time to stop and just like take a breather. I think that's bad for kids, man. It's really bad, man, because they are able to develop any thinking of their own and really like reflection. Because reflection is when you do the learning, like you're like, wow, like look what I've done, or like, man, this or that, or anything like that. Reflection is so important in kids' lives, man. Like, man, when I was in schools, man, and all these kids would be like 12 years old already talking about college. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Man, you don't need to be talking about college. What you need to talk about is, man, talking to girls and freaking
watching porn and shit.
No, not that. No. No, we don't need them encouraging watching that. They need to do better things.
Results, fuck yeah, I was.
Oh, I mean, you were. Shit.
That sounds like starting with Pee Wee.
Oh man! Oh god! You're barely discovering what it's used for and shit. Oh lord!
That shit was horrible.
But man, like you need to like basically like, how should I say it? Like you need to be a kid. Be a kid. Play video games with your friends together, not online all the time. Fucking, what's it called? Be outside with your buddies. Go party a little bit. You know, get it out of your system. Man, go throw a baseball. Go play wall ball or something. Fucking fight each other. You know, do something.
Wall ball was cool back in the day.
Oh, wall ball was cool as shit, man. I remember you get either a tennis ball.
Yeah.
A tennis ball like that, or you get like one of those racket balls, man. And throw them against the wall. If someone tips it, you fucking run to that wall and you peg the shit out of them.
You see, for me, like I grew up with a bunch of my cousins. Like,
yeah, same here.
Because my mom has a huge family, so I grew up like with a bunch of my older cousins. So for me, like I was always outdoors. So I would always go walk the canals, like go into the canals.
Nice.
Go fishing for crab dogs. You know, go into our little streams here and there and just chill. Catch some little fishes, you know, go get some, you know, walk the canales, get some pecans and shit, you know, like, go to Lomas, go to, like, you know, the cliff area, go try to go get some clay, you know, that's where I grew up, that's where I grew up, being a desert boy, you know?
Yeah, man,
And then, you know, it's sad to see, like, you know, like, people not doing that no more.
No, it's crazy to see, man. I remember, like you said, being outside all the time.
All the time.
Man, we were always doing something. Whether it was walking up to Peter Piper's or, like, going to the park, throwing a ball, being outside all the time, man. And I'm a late 90s, 2000s kid, and I was doing that, man. And we had the Game Boy.
Yeah, the Game Boy.
Yeah, we had the Game Boy and stuff. PlayStation, man. PSP. I didn't get a PlayStation until, like, 2004.
Really?
Yeah, because when I lived I guess when I was with my grandma, my cousins had a Nintendo 64. That was my first video game console. Okay. And then my dad got me a Sega Genesis. So I had like Sonic the Hedgehog and all that shit on there.
I remember that game.
Oh man, those games are great. I actually got one of the emulators on my phone, man. So much fun. But that's what I had. But we'd only play for like a little bit, and then boom, we'd be outside again. We'd be wrestling or doing something. But that's what we did, man. That was just childhood, and I loved it. I loved every bit of it, man. We were always doing something, and
Sleep
now it's like I see
outside
my
and
brother.
shit.
Well, my brother's better at it now. Him and his buddies are going out biking, and they're going all over like around the west side and stuff. Which I'm like, that's cool. But before, man, I see him all the time, just inside playing Xbox all day. I'm like, hey man, go be with buddies, man. I am with my friends. They're online. I'm like, online, like, come on, man, go outside. It's nice out. Oh, it's hot. Yeah, no shit, it's hot. But get outside anyway, man. Get some exercise. Get some fresh air. Like, do something. Go
Yeah, man.
fight someone. I don't know.
Dude,
something, man.
Like for me, I'm a pretty simple guy.
Yeah.
Sports, football, golf, pretty easy, right?
Yeah, very simple.
Car guy, I can work on my truck.
I'm anti-car guy. I don't. The only thing I know how to do is maybe switch tires and check the oil. That's it.
I could change my oil. I could do all that.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Check the tire pressure. I could do all that.
Oh yeah, check the tire pressure too. Yeah, obviously that's
wash the car, detail it. I could do all that shit.
Washing the car too. But other than that, that's it. That's all I can do. When you're like talking about brake fluid or like changing brakes, I'm like, fuck. Cause
like talking like replacing like the whole bumpers and shit like that. Like, I could break that shit down real quick. I mean. Obviously, mechanics too. I need help with that because we have a mechanic, but pretty simple, dude. Sports, football and golf, pretty easy.
That's very simple, man.
Cars,
very simple, man.
I like cars, man. It's just something I grew up to.
Yeah.
Now that I'm going back to my old roots, now I'm starting to be more outdoors. So like now I'm going more like just by myself, like going hiking, going to the river. Yeah. You know, well, obviously golf is always outdoors, so I'm always out there going to the canals, you know, now lately I've been going to like the lomas and shit like that.
Yeah.
Pretty simple, man. Just pretty simple guy.
I mean, that's all you need right there, man. It's just simplicity sometimes, man. Like, to me, the most simplest thing that I love, and some people find it the most boring shit in the world, I like going fishing. I love to go fish, man. It's just... There's nothing better when you get there like at 6, 7 in the morning, or even 5, and it's quiet on the lake. You hear nothing but the wilderness and just the birds, and you hear the little pops from the lake from the fish or the ducks, man. And you just throw your rod in there, you just sit there. Maybe you have a beer right beside you or some whiskey. Maybe have a little bit of snacks there, like a sandwich or some chips or something, man. And you just sit there and you fish, man. Oh, it's the greatest, man. That's what I love, man. Or
I like being outdoors, man.
It's just fun, man. Being outside is great. It's like, so... You get more out there than you do inside your house. Like, I get it. Some people are homebodies. They don't like outside, and that's fine. You know, but, I mean, man, for like a kid, man, you gotta at least experience outside.
People are like, there's nothing to do in the desert. I was like, there's a
bunch of stuff.
You just
get some BB guns. Get some BB guns. Get some paintball guns, man. Get a slingshot.
Yeah.
Freaking get some flake plastic guns and like post up and pretend to shoot your buddies, like all that stuff, man. But no one's thinking like that because now we got video games at our fingertips. We got all this stuff, and the imagination is like limited.
And shit. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, man, because this is all you're doing all day. You're checking social media. You're checking like, man, like I just got Facebook and I just got Instagram and Twitter, man. Like, but like I'm only on that thing maybe 10 minutes and then I'm like, I'm done.
The only thing I really use a lot is Facebook. That's because I check the memes and that's about it.
Yeah, the memes are great.
The memes are pretty funny.
You never
It's because people are stupid as fuck. I don't know how people have too much time.
Man.
The guys, they're funny as fuck. I don't
they're hilarious, yeah.
Those guys are very funny.
Oh, they're good, man. Memes are the best.
I was like, damn, how the fuck do you come up with that so quick? It's like, what the yeah, I mean, but I get to them. Like, you know, people are people, man. You know, the one thing I like about it is, about memes is because people are relating to them.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's like, damn, I really didn't think I was the only one that thought about that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what memes are like the greatest. Like, they're like perfect. When you're like thinking something, when you see something like, gosh, this is like in your head, and then when you see a meme, like, hey, this is you, or this is what I was thinking. That's the best feeling ever. It's like,
That's the only reason why I really like Facebook is because of the fucking memes. It's not really because I post shit. It's
memes and 9gag too. 9gag is really good.
Because me and my cousin George, we always send each other fucking memes and shit.
Yeah.
So we're always laughing. The one that always gets us is Harambe.
Harambe? The Harambe
Yeah,
memes? Man, I was in Cincinnati that year when Harambe got killed, man.
Right.
Oh, man, that shit was there. Everything left and right about Harambe. Harambe this, Harambe that, the Harambe statue. Man, that was like... Man, that thing was gonna kill that baby. I would have shot it too. I'm that guy. I'd be like, oh, if I had the gun, I would have shot it too.
Bro, like, shit like that, you know? I mean, I just like social media to interact with people because it's just so funny.
Yeah, it's a great way. I'm not saying like when people think me bash social media when I never had it, they're like, oh, you're a hater. I'm like, no, I don't hate it.
No.
I don't hate social media. I think it's great. You get to
it's a good show.
other people's things, like get ideas and see like, wow, look at that.
It's like, damn, people have problems.
Yeah, and also too, but also the thing that I don't like is people get addicted and they get swallowed up in other people's lives, and that's the thing that's not
easily.
me. I don't give a shit about other people's lives. Of course, unless it's my family, of course, my inner circle. But when it comes to like this Will Smith, Jada Pinkett thing, I'm like, when my mom told me about it, I'm like, what about it? She's like, oh, you haven't heard of it? I'm like, no, and why should I give a shit? I don't give a fuck about what Will Smith does in his home life. That's none of my business. And also, I'm very private. I don't like to share my home life and my thing. Like, for example, I didn't post one thing when Emily was here. Emily did all that. With my girlfriend Emily, I didn't post one thing because you know what? That's between me and her. I have pictures, yes, on my phone, but I'm not posting them.
No, those are from your...
Those are for me and her only.
Yeah.
And like of course, she asked me, which you know she does, but she doesn't need to. She's like, "Hey, is it cool if I post?" I'm like, "You can post it. I don't care. Just I'm not gonna post it because that's moments between you and me, and I want to keep those with us. You know, like obviously if she wants to send some to her mom, like yeah, go for it. That's fine. It's just I don't like to share my business with everybody else's because it's my business, it's my family, it's my stuff, you know. Like obviously I have a podcast that I'm sharing about myself now, but this is something that
it's like I could do something with some person and never say nothing about it.
Exactly. You know, and that's the way I am with social media. It's like I think it's a great thing, and yeah, I think maybe down the line, some people have it, but there are some people that definitely should not have it.
Oh, no, people take it
they take it so seriously. And you know what, the one thing that really pisses me off that I fucking hate is when these random people, you don't know anything about them, they've never done anything, and they put like these inspirational quotes on there.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, it's a good quote, but what the fuck have you done? Like, I fucking go to what the fuck have you done? You're fucking useless, you fucking piece of shit.
People think...
Fucking roll.
People think, like...
Man, they just put an inspirational quote about, oh, look at me being woke. I'm being woke. Like, look at my inspirational quote out there. Oh. I'm like, well, what have you done, man? What have you done? I hate when people do that, man. I just don't.
I feel like you gotta experience, like... To do inspirational quotes, you have to
experience, but also you gotta do something, man. If you're just like some random Joe Blow that's like putting out inspirational quotes, it's like, okay, but what have you done? Are you some dude that's making it big and doing something
Once
like
you make
special?
It big, then you could be influenced.
Yeah, then in special, or are you just some dude trying to get attention, being an attention whore on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, you know, with your Twitter fingers and all that. Like, is that what you're doing? Like, I personally don't get that. I just don't, and it just irritates me when I'm like,
I don't know how people like want attention from everyone. Well, I just really want attention from just one person, and that's really it.
Yeah, man.
Significant other, and that's probably about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a natural human tendency, is what it is. I mean, everybody wants attention, man. Babies, every time when you look at a baby wants attention.
Yeah, very much.
When you give them attention, they light up. They're like, you know, it's a natural thing. If you say you don't want attention, it's horseshit. Like, I personally don't like a lot of attention, but there are some times when I do need attention.
And it's only, for me, it's only that one person. Right?
Yeah, it's only maybe a few times or whatever. It can be anything. But normally when the spotlight's on me, I'm like, yeah, I kind of don't want it because I just don't like a lot of attention on me. Which is fine. It's cool. I mean, I can handle it, but I just personally, if you had to pick between me or someone else, I'm like, put it on them. You know, it's just not my thing. It's not my cup of tea. But man, there's some people that have to have all the attention in the world, and it's like, oh my fucking god, shut up! Like enough. It's like stop it. Like there's more things to do in life than get everybody's attention on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
Ugh, it's it's ridiculous, man. It's so. It's a crazy age we live in, man. Can you imagine back in the '80s, man? They didn't have no damn cell phones. You didn't have like no freaking social media, man. If you want to learn shit about other people, you turn on the damn Sports Center or the news or go read a book, a magazine. You go walk to 7-Eleven, get a magazine or word on the street. You hear stories about people, man. Like that's why I wish, honestly, I get a glimpse of those times. Cause man, I think life would be so much better for me without a damn cell phone.
I'm okay without it.
I'm cool without it. Like, man, dude, I used to freaking carry with this. I used to be with this for like a long ass time, and I was fine with it. I text with it. Of course, texting take like a crap time because you have to like you can tap all the letters, the space bar, and it's like man.
I don't know how people were fast with those. People were fucking.
I got quick with that, man. I was like.
I was always slow, so I was like. Fuck. Gotta go back.
The
duck.
Dumb and Dumber.
I was like, fuck. Gotta go back.
What were you doing that one with? From Hold, right?
Yeah.
The duck.
Swims on the
lake, but my daddy on the lake. Oh man, I love that movie, Holes, man. That's a classic. Favorite part though is when they find the treasure chest. They're like, it has his name on it. What was it? Oh my god. See, Stan Lee Yell Nat. He can't read. Like they're like. Oh my god. Oh, that part. And then the names of the people, like Dr. Pendenski, Mr. Sir. Like, my name is Mr. Sir. I'm gonna be your camp counselor. There ain't no Girl Scout camp here. You hear? You think that's funny? You think it ain't wrong with my face, huh? Huh? And then the warden. My granddaddy would take us on the lake, even on Christmas. I'm tired of this. Well, too damn bad. Well, excuse me. It's a corny movie. That's a classic movie, man. Holes is a great movie, man. Shia LaBeouf is a good actor.
I'm excited for his new.
Yeah.
His new.
Have you seen that? I don't know if it's released yet, but I want to watch it. That movie about what? Which one?
The trailer with Shia LaBeouf.
Which one are you? Because movie I'm thinking about is the one where he plays his dad and someone plays him. It's about him and his dad and how his dad did. Because he used to be on Even Stevens and stuff, like the Even Stevens show. Well, his dad was making him do a lot of like pressuring him a lot to like do all this stuff and fame and all that, and it wasn't good. Like he said, like it had a real big negative impact on him. Like during the Even Stevens show, and that's what this movie's about. And I think I need to. I don't know if it's out already. It might be, or it might not. But I want to watch it because it looks really good. But what movie are you talking about?
About where he's like the fucking gang leader from
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
For George Lopez and shit.
George Lopez. Oh, we gotta see this. We gotta see this.
Yeah, it's like a.
What is this?
I don't know how to explain it. It's just.
Shia LaBeouf. Tax collector? Is it that? The tax collector?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We gotta watch this. Yeah, action movie. Yeah, it came out 2 weeks ago. Yeah, the trailer came out 2 weeks ago. Let's see this. The Tax Collector, starring Shia LaBeouf, smoking a cigarette, looking like a gangster, in a coat. Damn, he actually looks kind of legit in this movie. So he was at California. Yeah, I'm looking at him in his suit and glasses, the buzzed haircut. He's like, hey puto, where my drugs that way? Where my vet that way? He's like, if you don't give my money, I'm gonna put this drill in your chest. Oh, and I thought George Lopez. En la carna, let me George Lopez way. Oh, End of Watch. Oh man, have you seen that movie, End of Watch?
Nah.
Wait, about the cops with Jake Gyllenhaal?
Nah.
Oh, it's good, man.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie. I think it's on Netflix. I think it might still be on Netflix, but that's a great movie. It's like a cop movie, but it's like one of those not shake cams, but it's like it's filmed from their camcorders on their uniform.
Okay.
It's a good movie. It's really good. Well, this is more stuff up our alley, because this is all has to do with cartels, and well, we live next to Juarez, where the cartels like live and breathe. Oh man, this actually looks pretty good. But man, kind of a shitty title is like The Tax Collector. It's like the Mexican version of The Accountant. You know that movie with Ben Affleck? That movie's great, man. Payback comes with interest from Shia LaBeouf.
I'm kind of surprised this whole thing.
Bobby Soto, George Lopez, and Shia LaBeouf is The Tax Collector. The Tax Collector, coming to a theater near you. Yeah, that looks interesting. It's an interesting movie. Huh. Yeah, but he looks cool in that, man. Buzz haircut, sunglasses on at night, nice crisp suit, shoving guns in people's throats and putting drills in the middle of their chest. Oh, man. This looks crazy. Shit, man. Yeah, but Shia LaBeouf, man, really good actor, man. Like, there's this other movie that he's a part of, Peanut Butter Falcon. That movie's really good. It's where he stumbles upon this kid. He's got mental retardation, I believe, but he wants to be like a professional wrestler. And him and Shia LaBeouf like have this bond, and it's a beautiful movie. It's really, really good. Yeah, it's a really great movie, and that to me is like, man, Shia LaBeouf can act his ass off.
He's a good actor.
He's a great actor, man. But people make fun of him because of all the shit that he did when he had that bag on his head where it's like, I'm not famous no more. And obviously the two shitty Transformer movies, like Transformers 2, Transformers 3.
Transformers 2 was horrible.
Oh, man. Oh, I think about it, people. Piece of the Allspark on like, oh! And he's like doing all the shaves and shit. Well, man, but Transformers, man, the first Transformers, that movie's just great, man. It's like the way it starts, like, before time began, there was the cube. Like, really? The cube? And then when the Decepticons comes, he's like, are you Ultimate Laser Man 217? Oh, yeah. Are you Ultimate Laser Man 217? Where is the item number 3148? Where are the glasses?
I'm like, what the fuck are the numbers?
Yeah, they're looking for fucking glasses. Like, really? That's what y'all are looking for? Oh man, well that movie makes me laugh my ass off. Especially the cop when he like looking up like, what are these? Mojo.
Mojo, you better take that mojo.
From my dog's painkillers. Are you on drugs? And then the parents is like, hey, don't stay off the grass. It's like, it's family grass, Dad. It's family grass, okay? And then when the FBI agents, they all show up, and she's like, you better tell those men to get off my lawn, or I'll beat the crap out of them with a baseball bat. The FBI. Oh man,
that's a great movie.
Oh man, I love the first Transformers. I love it.
I love that movie.
Oh man, that's just a good time, man. Such a good time. But yeah, Transformers 2, and then Transformer 3 is better than Transformer 2. It's just the thing is, it's so damn long. It's such a drag to get through, man. But the first Transformers was another part from that. I thought the coolest part from that movie was when, like, you know, obviously when Bumblebee, like, turns up all his shit and then, like, shatters all the car windows and all that. It's like, and then Bernie Mac's like, 4,000! Man, rest in peace, Bernie Mac, man. Uncle Bobby V, baby. Uncle Bobby V. Hey, man! Oh, man, she blind, damn, he could crack up your ass. It's like, hey, you want this one? No, you don't want this one. Wait, where'd you guys get this from? No idea. I mean, you gotta get in there. No, you said cars pick their drivers.
Well, sometimes cars pick the drivers and cheap fast five.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, you want this? Yeah, that's a Fiesta. No, I don't want a Fiesta with racing stripe. Oh man! And then the dad's a dick. They drive him past like all the Porsches. Like, no, dad, no. And you're joking. Yeah, I am joking. You're not getting a Porsche for your first car. I was like, oh man, such a dick move.
Fuck no. I like when the Bumblebee transforms into the Camaro.
Oh, the Camaro.
That was a sick one.
You know what? The people are gonna hate me. When I first watched it, I thought that was the coolest car ever. But then after a while, I'm like, that's the ugliest car I've ever seen.
I thought it was dope, man.
I think just honestly, I'm a big hater of yellow. And of course, obviously, if people are watching, they see my Oakland A's hat and my Lakers hat. And there's some exceptions. All right? But no, I'm not a big fan of yellow, man. Yellow's just, especially yellow and black. Fucking Steelers colors.
Oh, they're gold, but...
Yeah, well, that's true. All right, yellow, gold, yellow. Yeah.
They're shallow, but I still take it.
Yeah, fucking yellow, man. But that was a good movie, man. Transformers, man. And then, what other movies did he do? I can't think of anymore. Oh, that one with Brad Pitt.
Not Lawless.
Fury. Well, Lawless, yeah, with Tom Hardy. Yeah, that's right. That movie was good too. But that one with Brad Pitt.
Lawless. My friend was a tanker, like Shia LaBeouf, dude.
Yeah, a tanker. It's not called Lawless. Lawless is the one with Tom Hardy.
Fury.
Yeah, Fury. There you go,
but
Fury.
He was the guy that would fucking put the thing.
Oh, that's cool as shit, man. World War II, man, was a crazy fucking time. It's a crazy fucking time. Always for the longest time since I wanted that movie, I wanted Brad Pitt's haircut, that nice little slick look that he had. But hey, man, I appreciate you coming down. I appreciate all that you said and all what you do, man, and your wisdom is very good, and I hope a lot of people got some good stuff out of you, man. Had some good laughs. Maybe next time we'll have some drinks and we'll maybe get even better, man. But appreciate you coming, and that concludes the shoot.